In this video, I am going to share with you one of the most important elements of an interview, what to say when you don't know the answer of any question in an interview. Whatever amount of preparation you do, like it happens in our examination, when we go for examination, there are certain questions which is out of syllabus, whose answer we don't know. Similarly, in any interview, whatever amount of preparation you have done, you will see that there would be 2-3 questions which will be asked by the interviewer whose response you may not know. So there are two options. You have two options. One, sir, I don't know the answer, which will create a very negative impression. And in this competitive world, when there are multiple candidates who are giving interview for the same position, chances of you being rejected is very, very high. And hence, in my opinion, saying that I don't know the answer or I will learn the answer and come back to you is a bad response. The second option is you prepare yourself in such a manner that you can frame an answer, you can have some content to say even for the question whose response you don't know. Now, there are two kind of questions which is asked in any interview which you may find is out of syllabus. First is your personality based on what kind of personality you have. For example, have you faced failure? How do you overcome failure? What is your weaknesses? How do you see yourself in the next 10 years time? Have you come across a situation in your personal or professional life where you faced setback but overcome that? So these are related to your behavior, related to your personality, which is common, and if you prepare well, you will be able to answer that. The second type of tough question will be asked, which will be related to your work. For example, if you have to relive your last 10 years, how would you do that? Your professional life. What kind of management problems you have come across in the last 5 years, and how did you think you will handle it differently? Who were your tough manager and who were your easiest manager? If you have to manage the tough manager, how would you do that? What are the industry changes which is going to happen in the next 10 years? So these are certain questions which will be related to your function, which will be related to your work, which you need to prepare well to answer. Now, there is a pattern or there is a strategy which you need to define to answer these questions, these tough questions whose response you may not know. Here are a few things which you should do. When you come across any tough questions, the first thing which you should do is you need to stay calm and quiet and relaxed. Smile. Trust me, everybody doesn't know all the answers. So if you stay calm, quiet and a smiling face, you will get time to think. The second thing which you should do is ask for clarification. Many a times the question is quite ambiguous. It could have multiple responses. For example, tell me a situation where you failed and how did you overcome that failure? Now, he may be asking the question through one perspective. He may be wanting to know that how did you fail in a working environment, in a professional environment, while you may be responding from a personal situation scenarios. So it is very important that you either ask to paraphrase the question, repeat the question, or ask for clarification. Sir, this question can be answered in many ways. I can answer through my personal experience, through my sports experience, and through professional experience. Would you be kind enough to clarify that should I answer in the context of work environment or any environment? Third is take a moment to think. Don't be in hurry that he asked you a question and immediately you need to respond. It is okay to take 5 to 10 seconds time. It is even okay to say that, can you allow me 10 seconds time to think and respond you? So that you take 5 to 10 seconds time to think, to formulate your answer and then re-articulate the answer to the interviewer. The fourth is, there may be many situations that you may not have come across. For example, the interviewer can ask, can you tell me a management situation where you faced a tough manager and how did you manage that? Now, if you don't have a work experience, obviously you have not come across that situation. In that case also, you should not say that, sir, I have no work experience and hence I have not come across that such situation. Rather, you should answer that, thank you very much for asking this question, sir. Since I am a fresher, I don't have a work experience, but similar situation I have faced in my sports. I play football and there is a team of 11 people and there is one person who always challenges the leader's thought. I will ask him to go and play fast. I will ask him to go play forward. But he does not do that. He is not aligning with the strategy of the team, but he always have his own plan and he works towards his own plan. Then once I called him and I told him that, see, it is a team game and we are working as a team. Don't you want to win? The team's objective is to win. And then I explained him the strategy, and in the next match, he played very well up to the strategy of the organization. So I feel it is very important, whether it is a work environment or a sports environment, how do we clarify the purpose of the team to the individual, and how do we align individual aspirations towards a team goal, and that would motivate the individual, and through that we can achieve any team goal or any management goal. And that is how I handle that situation, sir. With this response, you would be able to create very impacting impression on that interviewer, even if you don't have a work experience. The interviewer, what he wants to know, that in case of a problem, how do you analyze the problem? How do you create the steps to solve the problem? How do you execute your plan and achieve the objective, whether it is sports or a work environment? And the final tip is practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, there are many questions which are available on social media, which is being asked in the interview. The videos which I have created, there are many questions which are frequently asked questions. So you can write those 15-20 questions, prepare a solid answer, and rehearse in front of camera. There are many tools which are also available in front of that. You can rehearse those answers to see the answer which you have prepared, is it creating the impact which you want or not. Important is, tough question will be asked in interview. Important is that you need to have a strategy, you need to have a lot of stories, and you need to prepare well so that you give the response which create a lasting impression in the minds of the interviewer, and you succeed in interview. So use this strategy for answering any tough question in interview, and this is going to have huge impact in your interview preparation, and you will see that you are able to crack all interviews which are coming in future. I hope this video was useful and I was able to share my knowledge with you, which will be useful next time you go for any interview.